Hey everybody, this is Michael with Asymmetrical Preparedness. This is about crop damage, crop failures, food shortages, and you. How does all this affect you? We just lost 43% of all the corn and soybean crops in Iowa because of severe weather. Last year we had flooding in the Midwest that took out a lot of crops. Farmers weren't able to plant. And some still haven't due to that. What about all the other, little crop failures here and there, some smaller, some bigger, all around the world? It all affects us. I mean, corn is used in almost everything we eat. It's crazy when you look at the ingredients of food and you see how much corn there is in everything we have. It's even in our fuel that we drive our vehicles. It's in ethanol. That's how they make ethanol, is out of corn. So increased fuel prices, increased food prices, and or maybe food shortages. I don't know. I don't know how it's going to play out. I just see all this stuff, and I know, crop failures, severe weather, and stuff like that, it happens. It happens on a regular basis around the world, and we can still eat, right? Okay, yeah. But what if this keeps going? And then also, add on top of that, increased demand for goods due to fear of lockdowns, due to fear of the global pandemic getting worse, fear of unknowns, like the election cycle, what's going to happen in this country, other situations in other countries around the world also. How much are they eating? What's going on with them? There's a lot of things to think about, a lot of possibilities out there. One thing is, like right here, grow your own food. That's a big part of it right there. Everywhere I look here, my property, there's food growing. Look at those rows of food right there, right here, and over there, and there's more raised beds over there, and there's more raised beds all in front of me. Everywhere you look on my property, there's food. Everybody doesn't have property though. I get it. Even if you're in an apartment though, you can grow something. You can grow something in, vertical indoor grow chambers and different things. There's all different kinds of stuff that you can do to grow indoors. And I know you may not have that much room, but you can grow something. Also, stockpile food, beans and rice, corn, wheat. I'd say get the other things. Have a variety, canned goods, long-term food storage, rations, stuff like that. But mass quantities of food. That's big on my mind right now, is having lots and lots of food. Rice and beans are a big one for us. I get it. It would suck to eat rice and beans all the time. So, we have other stuff also, and spices to go along with it. There's a lot to it. You know that. I'm not saying that, this is the end all be all, only get rice and beans. There's a lot of other stuff to do, of course. But rice and beans is cheap. In some areas, corn's cheap, wheat, different things like that. Right now, we can still get food. It's still available. It's still cheap. So get it while you can. Stack it to the rafters, like Bear Independent says, like TJ says. Or, kind of like we talk about, like buying ammo. How much ammo do you want? I want all of it. Same thing. Buy all the food. Buy whatever you can. Have whatever you can. Stock as much as you can, because we don't know how things are going to play out. We don't know if there's going to be more foul weather coming that'll damage more crops. We don't know increased demand due to situations and everybody out buying more stuff to be more prepared, which is a good thing, kind of, in a way, but it could also limit the availability. We also don't know about interruptions in supply chain due to lockdowns or pandemic. There's a lot of things that can go on. Also, upcoming severe weather. We may run into more problems. It's just, these are all things to think about. I'm just trying to empower you guys, trying to get you guys to think about things and what the implications are for us as preppers and people. Make sure you have preps, have food and water. And I talk about guns, I talk about ammo, I talk about a lot of other stuff. And some of it's, cool, it's tactical. It's more fun. I like the tactical side of things, of course. I like the security side of things. That's my niche. But I recognize the importance of food and water. Food and water is key. It's number one, always, in preparedness. Food and water, because If you don't have food or water, you'll die. Period. Plain and simple. Um, some situations, if you don't have a gun and ammo, you're going to die also. But every situation, you're going to die if you don't have food and water. So you know you're going to need that because you know you have to eat, you know you have to drink. There are certain things you know you have to do. You won't necessarily have to defend yourself with firearms in an SHTF scenario, WRL scenario. Probably will. More than likely you will. That's why we advocate that also. Have the ammo, have the magazine, the guns, the tactical gear, the training, all that stuff. And that is easier to do because it's more fun. I get it. But the basics are what's key. It's very, very key. Have so much food that you're amazed every time you look at it. But like, oh my gosh, I have a lot of food. And I'm talking, if you can get years of food for your family, that's good. I mean, seriously, I'm pretty sure you're going to need it. And if you're here, you're prepper minded, so you're pretty sure you're going to need it too. And I always say, prep a little every day. Add a little bit every day. You don't have to look at this big picture, like I got to buy 7 years of beans and rice for my family right now. No. Buy a 25-pound bag every now and then. Just alternate it. Buy a bag of rice. Next time you go to the store or whenever you can afford it, buy a bag of beans. Or even if you have to buy in smaller batches, you can buy in 1-pound bags or 5-pound bags, whatever. There's different sizes. You guys know that. Mass quantities of food. If you think about like national food reserves for countries, what do they stockpile? Beans, rice, wheat, corn, maybe soybeans, and some other stuff. Barley, lentils. Maybe that's all kind of in that category. I'm just kind of lumping it all together. But have mass quantities stockpiled. We're going to need it. I love you guys. Have a wonderful day, and blessings to you and yours.